Thank you all so much for being here. My name is Drew Van Landingham, and I'm the Executive Director for the Buerhaus Brigade Foundation. So many, oh, Shanda, she's a ball of energy. We love that. So I want to start just by saying thank you to our board, thank you to our staff, thank you to all. I can't possibly name all of the love in this room when it comes to the sponsors. The tables that are sitting in front of you, to Jimmy Charles and his team, for the music, for the entertainment. I can't possibly go through the list, but I want you to take time. Over the next month, we're going to be spotlighting them over and over and over again, because this would not be possible without them. And they're always the last to get thanked, right? You go to these and you're like, okay, I want to thank the sponsors, right? No, we want you to know how much we love you, how much we care for you, and thank you for being here monetarily, for your energy, and more importantly, your time. Because that's why today is called The Time Is Now. If you know anything about ALS, it gives you very little time. OJ has been blessed to have the time to be a beacon of hope to all of us. And we are so thankful to be here this evening, to celebrate, but to honor, but also to give of our time and our love for the future of ALS. It's my job to introduce our MCs for this evening, and I'm so thankful to do that. So I'm going to introduce both of them and give them a round of applause. We have our own board member and Rick Ritter of WJZ, spotted maybe on CBS New York. He keeps Baltimore hopping in our community and keeps us knowing what's going on in and around town. Along with Mrs. Maryland America 2024, Julie Candelosi, who not only is here as a beautiful queen, but fights her own battle in her Operation Angel, which helps all people that lose children before and during birth, which is wonderful. So you have people in this room that you love. We have people that we're going to introduce you that are going to walk us through this evening to help raise more money for ALS. But more importantly, we want to give of our time. So without further ado, please welcome Rick Ritter and Julie Candelosi.
Off a little bit. That's better, right? Okay. Everybody, a round of applause for Drew, who put this entire event on tonight with his team and all the amazing sponsors. It looks absolutely beautiful in here. The floral arrangements, everything. As soon as you walk in, he knocked it out of the park. Thank you for the kind words, Drew. Before we get started, though, there's a couple people in the room that we definitely have to acknowledge for them making the time to get here tonight. First and foremost, all of the board members with Buerhaus Brigade. Can you please stand up and can you give them a round of applause? Meetings, so much time goes into putting on this event. Obviously, the race that we do in April as well. Thank them for their hard work. And we do have some Ravens in the house tonight. Hold your applause for the end. We don't need to clap after everyone. Two-time Super Bowl champion, who is the busiest man in the state of Maryland, is here tonight. Torrey Smith, everybody. Super Bowl champ, Ray Rice. Nick Moore, Kadri Ismail, Super Bowl champ, Q's here somewhere. Priest Holmes, one of the best running backs to ever do it, who did have a stint with the Ravens, is in the house tonight. And then also, Pro Bowl center, one of the best in the league. Give it up for Tyler Linderbaum, everybody. See, Tyler's one of the most popular. They like Tyler.
They like everyone.
I think they like everybody too, but the applause for Tyler was just a little bit louder.
A little bit more. You know what? I think we need one more round of applause for everyone. Yeah. Now, just to really thank you guys for coming out here tonight, and thank you all of you for being here to support an incredible cause.
It is an amazing night. Before we get started, real quick, Julie, a little bit about you and some background for them. Queen. Yes. Rockstar mom, you have your own nonprofit, your own charity that you're working with. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, thank you. So, you know, I consider myself a typical modern woman, one who wears many hats, and yes, sometimes a sparkly crown as well. But, you know, my road to pageantry and my road to really giving back is for my husband James and I and our story. So we lost our first two children, Charlie and Lena, before the birth of my son Landon and my beautiful daughter Elle. And we decided to use our pain for purpose and give back. So very similar to the organization here. You know, sometimes life surprises you with things, and it's about giving back and making that legacy. So we certainly have done that with our cuddle boxes, helping couples in over 47 states and 13 countries now. But I'm really happy and excited to be here to lend my voice and convince you all to keep buying that wine and keep spending that money so we can raise money to help other families who are truly the pals and are here today.
It's amazing.
Now, thank you. So Rick, so I know this is really, you're a board member here. You're a very busy dad as well. So I would love to know how you got started with the organization here.
Well, they told me I got a night out tonight, so I was like, I get to leave the kids at home. I said, I'm in. Just tell me what time. I met OJ probably about 6-7 years ago, and him and Shanda, I say it all the time. It's just, you look at them and the way that they smile through everything that they deal with every single day. They wake up with a smile on their face. And people have heard me tell that story before, but it's the truth. If you think you're having a bad day, something's not going right, the kids are being bad, you can't get food or dinner on the table in time, whatever it may be, you think of what they're going through and the obstacles that they challenge every single day, and yet they're smiling, and their personalities, they're so vibrant, it doesn't matter when you see them. That puts things into perspective. And again, those two and everybody in this room tonight who is battling ALS, that's exactly why we're here. So give it up for OJ and Shanda Buerhaus, please. I think we do have some first-timers in the room tonight, which is great as we continue to grow this foundation and we try and get people to understand what ALS is, how you deal with it, how you fight it, and how we support it. I think that's important to continue to get some new blood in here, for lack of better words. If you're not familiar with OJ and his story, we're going to give you some quick background. Following his diagnosis in 2007, former NFL champion, see, I was talking about Super Bowl champions, he's one too. Also, Ravens executive, he's too good at what he does, they couldn't let him leave the franchise. And Shanda, OJ, created the Buerhaus Brigade Foundation to equip, encourage, and empower people living with ALS. And again, some of them in this room tonight. Now fast forward 17 years. 17 years. Exactly. Some foundations, they start maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years. 17 is unbelievable, and a lot of it has to do with the work that they do behind the scenes. And it has helped hundreds of families and really become part of what is a tight-knit community now, changing their lives and helping them battle this illness that can be so hard to deal with.
Yeah. And that's what tonight is. We're here to celebrate, we're here to honor, and we're of course here to raise money as well, but we're here to really celebrate everyone who is living with ALS, as well as all of the supportive care that we have here today as well. There are many organizations doing some great work to hopefully be able to find a cure for ALS. We're not there yet. But what's amazing about this foundation, they're doing the boots on the ground, like you just said, to be able to help the families right now, helping them make modifications to their home, help having caregiver support. And this is where all of us come in here, right? This is where it is all able to be done because of donors and because of support from people like you right here in the room. So thank you. As you mentioned, there's a lot of people for their first time today. There's a lot of people who are here for a few years. So today, let's continue to make it the best night yet.
And I'm glad that she mentioned caregivers, because anybody in this room who is dealing with ALS, or they know a family member who has it or has any type of experience with it, the caregivers are the most important people in your lives and in your world and what you do. Shanda, one of the things that we do at CBS and WJZ, when we became partners with Buerhaus Brigade Foundation, Shanda, who just lights up in front of the camera, she's a natural. There's certain people you stick in front of the camera. Shanda's got the it factor as she smiles over there. We gave her her own segment on TV, which is called Shanda Cares. And she goes throughout the community and she does these special stories that touch your heart about people who are making a difference in the world and who are caregivers for ALS, maybe it's somebody else who is battling an illness, and she takes the time to highlight them, which is absolutely amazing because sometimes their work can be forgotten. So if we can give a round of applause for all the caregivers who are in this room tonight, this doesn't happen without you.
And what you may not realize is that all the money raised this evening is going to go directly to the families you were just talking about, Rick. I know Drew is going to be telling you about that a little bit later in the evening, but because of the low operating costs that we are able to have with the foundation, a lot of money is able to go to the families directly.
And with that, we want to celebrate tonight, take the honor to, honor a few people that this organization has helped tremendously and who have been a big part of what we do. People living with ALS, we call them pals. Anybody who's read Shanda's books, which my daughters love, you understand what it is and what they do. And this wonderful woman was brought to BBF several years ago, not only went ahead and raised a ton of money for the organization and for her husband who was living with ALS, but she has, in the past year, given her time, her energy, and her love just to support the foundation and do whatever she can to give back. And she is here tonight to celebrate in honor of her husband. And ladies and gentlemen, if we can please give a big round of applause for our Volunteer and Caregiver of the Year for 2025, Laura Butler, everybody.
I was not expecting this. I brought some girlfriends with me to support me. I don't know what to say. It's been 3 years since my husband passed, and it's been an interesting journey. But now that I've got a little bit of perspective, I'm trying to do what I can to get back into it and to help other caregivers, because it's a long, lonely road, and unless you're there, it's hard to describe. So thank you all for being here and for doing what you do, and thank you to Drew and everybody else for supporting us. So thank you.
The foundation would also like to honor those who fight against ALS outside of this local arena. This is a foundation that is known coast to coast. For those of you that have been involved for years, you know that. It's one of the best parts about it. Can't do it without people who, A, donate, and people who take the time to bridge connections to raise money for this foundation. And this man was introduced to our executive director about a year ago at the Preakness, which of course is located right here in Baltimore, Maryland.
This Ocean City, Maryland native headed to Nashville to pursue his music. He tried out for Nashville Star with over 40,000 people. And as a pageant queen, that's a lot of competition there. And he made it all the way over to the top 50. He was not done. He knew that he had the it factor that we were talking about earlier. He decided to go for American Idol. And he got a unanimous, all three, trip to Hollywood, saying, "You're going to Hollywood," which must have been a pretty incredible feeling. But since then, he has proven to be able to show his talents over in Nashville. He is so dedicated that he played up to 12 shows a week in the honky tonk. Whew, that was impressive.
That's a lot of people to deal with.
That is a lot of people, and probably a lot of people asking for lots of fun songs.
I'd say so. It doesn't stop there, though. I mean, just the resume is beyond impressive. Latest video release, Hard Way to Go, premiered with CMT, climbed to #1 on the Country Network. #1, unbelievable. The video paired with an outreach program with national partners, American Addiction Centers, Verteva Health, and also other addiction awareness nonprofits trying to help those reach who are battling addiction. And to date, the effort has helped over 60 people commit on the road to recovery and really get out there, meet the right individuals, and get the treatment they needed.
He's also a national spokesperson for Zero to End Prostate Cancer since 2014. Jimmy was named Outstanding Young Tennessean in 2017, but the accolades do not stop there. He also went on to win the National 10 Outstanding Young Americans Award in 2019. Now, for those of you who may not know about this award is given to former presidents, scientists, military heroes, and even Elvis himself. So I'm pretty impressed, especially as a musician. That's amazing. So he formed his own nonprofit, which you can follow him. I hope everyone gets out their phone right now to be able to follow #IamNotAlone.
Success continues today, winning Nashville Industry Music Awards, Mal Country Artist of the Year, Song of the Year for Never Had a Bad Day, and then most recent, I mean, geez, this resume is ridiculous, Jimmy. Mal Entertainer of the Year, too. I mean, it's wow. International Singer-Songwriters Awards gave him that. With exciting plans, Jimmy Charles, an artist to watch, certainly for big performances, big accomplishments, and could draw out a huge crowd. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, our ALS Honoree of the Year and celebrity guests for the night, put your hands together for Jimmy Charles, everybody.
Next time I'll just give you guys some bullet points so we can get through it a little faster. How's everybody doing? Come on. My name's Jimmy Charles. I'm from the great state of Maryland. You know I love Maryland. I love this cause. I'm going to get it a little bit into why I love this cause so much. My wife and I were really touched when we saw the movie Gleason. If you haven't seen that movie, my God. The linebacker from the Saints that documented his life, and I was so proud when, and just honored when Shanda, OJ, Drew, I got the call to be able to perform. I'm so humbled to be here. I love a party with a purpose. That's all I want to do is help the world, fight the evil in the world with good. Music has a window to the soul, and I'm here for you, man. I'll be your Huckleberry, for sure. But I moved to Nashville a long time ago, and it's not a movie, it's real life, and it was one of the hardest things I ever did. I didn't know a single person out there, started valeting cars, and a guy I didn't know that knew a friend of mine took me in, and one day, this is such an old song, but I just came out with the video. It was planned out, but wasn't planned out, but it ended up happening right as the Key Bridge fell. And that's in the music video, but I went to Baltimore. I grew up in Ocean City, I went to Towson University, played football for the Tigers, and got a lot of friends in Baltimore. I love Baltimore. I'm one of the only country singers out there rocking my Ravens gear, you know what I mean? I'm proud. And I love my friends from Baltimore. And I went to Baltimore to have a great song because I carry Maryland everywhere I go, all across the country. And you say Baltimore, and it's like, people are like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. I made it through. So it doesn't always, but I want to give it a beautiful thank you. Thank you. You could have kept that. I got some other ones. Jimmy Seafood in the house. Hey. I wanted Baltimore to have their own song, so I was sitting there one day and I said, you know what? I wish I was back in Baltimore and loving all my friends. This one's called Back to Baltimore. It's your song. Hope you like it. I still remember the harbor lights shining like stars on a moonlit night. See them all in front of me. Makes me wonder why I wanted to leave it. Memories like my first kiss. It's all right now, so wind it's filling up my soul. I can't take it anymore. I just gotta go back to Baltimore. Hear the ships coming in a port. Faces of people I adore. It's getting hard to ignore. Never been more sure. Just gotta go back to Baltimore. My feet on that cobblestone. I got to see old Natty Bowen's eye. Thinking about that makes me come alive. Yeah. I hear the roar from Camden Yards. Fort McHenry standing guard over me. Oh, just take me home. Baltimore. I hear the ships that coming in a port. Faces of people I adore. It's getting hard to know. Never been more sure. Gotta go back to Baltimore. So I'll drive along on my way till I see the sound of the Chesapeake. You know it, babe. No, I can't hear the ships coming in. And I see out there faces of people I adore. It's getting harder to ignore, and I'll never be more sure. I'll go back to Baltimore. Nevermore, nevermore, nevermore. Get back to Baltimore. Baltimore, your song. Thank you so much. Let's check out that video. Some really beautiful things that I love about Baltimore. And that. So when I moved to Nashville, when I was in the grind, I used to. Thank you for that introduction. I could not expect that, or my amazing award. I don't know why I'm getting an award here, but thank you so much. Love a party with a purpose. And before we got into a lot of the other stuff, I was down on Broadway. You guys been in Nashville? Anybody ever been to Nashville? Yeah? Yeah. Well, if you haven't, go there. It's a lot of fun. And we used to play 4 hours that you're not allowed to take breaks because people go to other bars, and then we play another show for 4 hours. That was 8 hours nonstop. We pushed tip jars, and that was in the grind. And my first drummer when I moved to town was the nicest Tommy Mastro. He played so many of those shows when we were in the grind, man. And as growing as it is on a singer and a performer, as a drummer, he's drumming for 8. I mean, he did triple. I only did a couple triples, but I mean, he would do triple. So you can imagine drumming for 12 hours a day, and then all of a sudden something started happening. He started getting a little off. His kick was a little off, and I was like, it's cool. You're all right, man. He's like, no, Jimmy, no. He says something's wrong. He's like, I gotta go. And I was like, all right, man, we'll take the time off that you need. And he went back to Florida with some of his family, and we found out that he was diagnosed with ALS. And it wasn't more than a year had passed, and I lost my friend. So we're thinking about you tonight, Tommy, and all of you out there. And today is National Caregivers Day. So can we give it up for the caregivers? Laura and Pete. Laura, stand up real quick, Laura. Follow her on TikTok and Let Hope Grow. And Pete, they come to a lot of my shows. We've done 4 ALS benefits on our own. We're proud to be here tonight, and I'm glad you guys are here. You inspire me. Shonda, all of the other caregivers tonight. I wrote a song. The thing I love about country music is you can just say whatever the hell you want and get it done right in that song. And there's no bullshit about it. So I was feeling very grateful after all these years of hard work to get where I am today. But we know we can't do great things without other people. And there's been so many people that have shaped my life, and I wanted to thank them. But I've also wanted to thank the caregivers. Traveling the country singing at cancer survivor ceremonies all across the country. Caregivers are just amazing. All the things that you do and the sacrifices you make and the families. So the chorus of this song, I really had you guys on my heart. And Laura, I know this is your favorite song. This one's called You Were There. Thank you for being there for them. That football coach in high school putting me through hell. To the preacher who was kind enough to save me from myself. To my wife who chose to marry me in spite of all my flaws. To my best friends that loved me through it all. You were there when even I gave up on me. You were there when the path was too damn dark to see. When the emptiness was far too much to bear. And my heart believed I didn't have a prayer. You were there. To the teachers who encouraged me to be more than I was. Those helping hands along the way that were there to pick me up. To my mom and dad standing with me while I chased this crazy dream. To all those around my back, you know how much you mean. Yeah, you were there when even I gave up on me. You were there when the path was too damn dark to see. The emptiness was far too much to bear. My heart believed didn't have a prayer. You were the hero I never got to meet. Sacrifice it all, keep me safe and free. You were there when you were there when the path was too damn dark. See, yeah, when the emptiness was far too much to bear. And my heart believed I didn't have. God knows the only reason why. 'Cause you were there. And we'll be back. We'll have some fun next time. Appreciate you guys.
April and I met in 2013. That's where our journey started. It was a fun journey. I'm Bill Kerner. I'm my wife's caregiver. I'm also a father of 3. What it means to be a caregiver is a true showing of unconditional love. No matter how I feel and what I have to go through, my days that I'm sick, the days where old injuries are acting up, no matter how much it hurts, I power through because of my love and care for April. And that's something that I will continue to do forever. Her left leg went out on her birthday of 2022. She got transported on Christmas Day down to Hopkins, and then 3 days later she was diagnosed with end-stage ALS and given 6 months to live. Because we have a job and we have a house, we don't qualify for any help whatsoever from any governmental organization. And that's been one of my biggest frustrations. And that's happened to thousands of people in the same situation that we are. One of the biggest things that, as a caregiver, you need help with is to take care of yourself. Because the kids look for me for strength, April looks for me for strength. I have to keep it together as best as I can for everybody. Be the dad, be the caregiver, be the husband, be the chef, be the person who takes care of the house, still maintain my full-time job, and sometime find a way to help me out. So that's why things like the Buerhaus Brigade, with their help, is so important. With their help, I've been able to hire somebody for 16 hours a week to help out and give me a little bit of a break. Because I need that mentally, because it's exhausting being on 24/7. money that's donated that can go towards in-home help, that can go so far. It helps so much because it gives the people that are caring for their loved one a chance to take a break and try to recoup. It's something that's vitally needed, that's overlooked a lot. Your donations to the Buerhaus Brigade can make a huge difference with people affected by ALS. It means a lot to us. Together, let's care for those who care. Go to buerhausbrigade.org to donate or for more information.
My name is Laura Butler, and I'm a widow now. My husband, Chris, passed away from ALS 3 years ago. ALS affects everyone that is connected to the person with the disease. It takes a year to get the diagnosis, so you live in this weird limbo place, and once they finally say we've ruled out everything else and we looked at the progression, this is what it is, your life kind of stops, especially as a caregiver. The biggest thing for ALS families is you kind of deal with the problems as they come up. You wake up every morning and just wondering what kind of crisis you're going to face. You need to be able to get out. You need to be able to leave the house. You need to be able to at least go for a walk. And when I think about things that caregivers needed, it's the practical things. It's like, a handyman service, because the house often falls into disrepair, or lawn care service, or cleaning ladies. What Buerhaus Brigade wants people to be able to do is to live their lives as fully as possible. So part of that is conserving energy so that you have energy to do the things you enjoy to do. And what that looks like is having a stair lift so you're not wasting energy going up the stairs, having an electric toothbrush. Those small things are the things that are not covered by Medicare. Buerhaus Brigade provided a portable wheelchair so that I could get him out of the house, but I wanted to be able to take him out places and not have to push his 180 pounds. There are things that Buerhaus Brigade can help do, small modifications. There are just enough little things out there that can make a huge difference. Your donation can bring care to the caregiver, and they need it the most. Together, let's care for those who care. Go to buerhausbrigade.org to donate or learn more.
You can't even explain how hard it is 24/7. I slept on an air mattress for 4 years next to my husband. I'm Lori Birmingham. I was the wife of Greg Birmingham.
My name is Michael Birmingham. My dad was Greg Birmingham, who passed away in 2016 from ALS.
Unfortunately, in 2009, Greg got diagnosed with ALS, and then it was 6 years that he lived, and we took care of him. It was a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week job.
ALS is a pretty challenging disease for anyone that's unfortunately diagnosed, but it affects the whole family.
It's really quite costly just to take care of the patient, whether it be the ramp to get the person in and out of the house, the caregiving services.
The disease was starting to progress, but at the same time, we weren't ready to ask for help at that point.
We were doing it ourselves.
We were doing everything ourselves. We thought we can do this, but eventually, I think that the toll is a lot on individuals, families, and you need to be comfortable to ask for help.
And
our first step in the help process was learning about the Buerhaus Brigade and then getting involved and then realizing, oh wow, they really do amazing things directly for people. They said, what do you need?
And we needed the money to help pay for our caregiver. A caregiver makes the family member that's taking care of the patient be able to do simple tasks like the laundry, or go out to get the mail, or take a shower and not have to worry that you're leaving your patient, your husband, alone.
I don't think that there are many organizations out there that actually focus on the individual patient. That is what the Buerhaus Brigade does. And there's so many different ways that they can help individuals. Not just individuals, families as well.
Your donation can really make a difference. Your donation goes toward a caregiver, and trust me, you need the help because you think you can do it all, but you absolutely can't.
Together, let's care for those who care.
Go to buerhausbrigade.org to learn more and make a donation.
And what's so amazing is April Kerner and her husband, and Lori Birmingham and her daughter, and April and Laura Butler, they're all here this evening. And we are so thankful to have them here. So we're rounding up this lovely evening in the next little bit, but I wouldn't be here 5 years ago. 5 years ago this week, I was in that boat. $300,000 later, living in a hospital with my husband, who had been diagnosed with a brain disease, not ALS, but very similar. Lost the use of his arms, his legs, his ability to speak. And Laura said it best. You don't know what it's like until you're in it. People say, oh, I know how you feel. No, you don't. You don't know. Which is why I feel as if higher power, however you believe, or God prepared me to be here today. To help those, because I know what that feels like. And each day gets better. But having something like the Brigance Brigade and Shanda and OJ Brigance, who I can't even speak about because I care for them so. It's about a bit of light, a bit of hope, a bit of joy. And that's why we named tonight, The Time Is Now. That's the one thing you can't buy is time. You can buy all this stuff. This is just a bunch of stuff. But time is what is so valuable. It's a blessing that I can be here tonight. It's a blessing that I get this great opportunity, Shanda and OJ. We've had a relationship for 10 plus years, and we were prepared to be here for this time and this moment. And the moment is now, that we don't give up the fight. I know what it feels like. It's not easy, but you grow. I think my loving partner who's here tonight that supported me here, he's dealt with me through many things past that grieving. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. But you just have to remember to have hope. So I'm going to read this quick little bit. The one thing that I wanted to pass tonight. I know I put it on my phone like a millennial. Don't judge me. Life has taught me this: every day is new. If everything is true, all that matters when we're through is how we love. Faced with what we lack, some things fall apart, but from the ashes, new dreams start. All that matters to the heart is how we love. How we love, from the smallest act of kindness in a word, a smile, a touch, is how we love. So tonight you have the opportunity to love through giving. And I hope you will. This is not going to do anything but for someone else to give them hope and to be a beacon of light for their future. We've launched a monthly giving plan. You will see them on your tables. You can take that home. You can look at it later. It's an opportunity to give all year round and not just tonight. Oh, don't get me wrong. We want you to give tonight because you're helping lovely people with their time. However, we're launching this so that the whole year you can give in whatever way you possibly can. So, you'll see this on your screen. Take a look at it on your tables. We do have a silent auction, a fabulous wine auction. We'll have a little bit of a live one here in a little bit, some merch. So there's lots of ways to give, but this is a way if you want to all year round you can. So, without further ado, I cannot introduce him because I don't have the emotional strength because he is a man of so many amazing things and with a wife that is so amazing that supports him. Because it's not just a I, it's a we. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard his bio. You know why we're here tonight. Because these two people took a chance to help others that are here. And so he is going to come up and share a bit of word with us. And then we will get on throughout the evening. But ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and my pleasure to introduce to you OJ Brigance.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are honored that you are here for this momentous occasion. We have to thank all of our sponsors for your generous support. To our incredible Brigands Brigade team for bringing this event to fruition. And to the lady who makes it all go. My queen bee, Miss Chanda, I love you and bless you for your passionate commitment to our success in marriage and in life. It isn't always easy, but you never flinch. Thank you, sweetheart. We are here this evening to honor the courage it takes to not only to be what the world deems to be a success outwardly, but also to celebrate the inner fortitude to overcome those personal, private struggles that we all have, but few actually get to see. Mary Ann Radmacher said, "Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the little voice at the end of the day that says I'll try again tomorrow." This quote encapsulates how we have navigated this life journey. We have roared at times and at others, quietly, resolving to try again tomorrow with patient perseverance. With the dawn of each new day, the gratefulness to have another opportunity to try again propels us forward. Not worrying about what has been lost, but focusing on what gifts we still have to finish our life's objectives. Life is a cyclical pattern of triumphs and trials that test us daily to see how we choose to respond. We have been blessed to achieve many feats that were only pipe dreams when Chanda and I began our life journey together. We accomplished a 12-year professional playing career. We would win championships and numerous accolades. Afterwards, we transitioned to the front office of the Baltimore Ravens. Then on May 15, 2007, we heard 5 words that changed the trajectory of our lives. Those 5 words were, "You have amyotrophic lateral sclerosis or ALS." We had no knowledge initially of what the disease was, but believed that with God's help, we would persevere and conquer ALS. And we have on many levels. But what I would like to share with you all this evening is the loss I feared and dreaded most during the progression of this horrible disease. If you were diagnosed with ALS, I wonder what would you think would be your most catastrophic loss? Would it be eventually losing your ability to walk? Or would it be the ability to go for a drive? Or would it be the ability to do something that you have done your entire lifetime without giving it a second thought? Breathing. For me, those losses were difficult, but you adapt and press on. The loss that was toughest for me to accept was losing my voice. This was detrimental to me not only because I lost the ability to speak, but more so, the loss of years finding and learning to use my voice. You see, when I was younger, I had a pretty bad stuttering problem. Words were so difficult to generate, I would literally have to stomp my foot at times to help me get the words out. I was an extreme introvert, which my speech impediment only helped to reinforce. I am still introverted, but can interact more easily now. For those that knew me pre-diagnosis, you would hardly accept that I am shy. Through years of work, building up my confidence through school and participation in sports, seemed to be lost with the progression of ALS. I can't have impromptu conversations. Daily interaction with loved ones and common pleasantries with the outside world would be lost. While I am extremely grateful for the technological advances that allows me to address you this evening, the loss of ease and real-time conversational interaction has been the most difficult adjustment during my journey with ALS. I am having to relearn many of the lessons learned growing up. To relax, slow down and take my time. However, I must say that a couple of positive outcomes have resulted from the loss of my speech. 1. I have an opportunity to think before I speak. You don't know how many times I have typed something, fired up, and hit delete. Then conveniently type, "Yes, sweetheart." Husbands, this is my superpower that I know many of you envy. How many times has that errant word slipped out of your mouth? Never to be recovered again, but paying for it on layaway with our spouses for years to come. Thank God for technology. The second fortuitous occurrence from being diagnosed with ALS was the ability to impact the lives of the many others walking this same journey. Once Chanda and I processed the enormity of what this diagnosis meant for our lives, we immediately realized that the platform we have been blessed with was granted so that we can help other families stricken with ALS. In 2008, we founded the Brigance Brigade Foundation to equip, encourage and empower those living with ALS. We provide access to in-home nursing care and necessary medical equipment to lead active, productive lives post-diagnosis. In-home nursing care for a trached person like myself can cost up to $250,000 or more. Chanda and I have been very fortunate to have our needs met, but many are not as fortunate. If you could hear the many circumstances that families are having to navigate, your hearts would break. Some left alone to care for themselves as their physical abilities deteriorate. Not being able to feed or perform the basics of personal care. In another case, the family might not be able to afford the medicine or medical equipment necessary to make it through the progression of the disease. Until a cure is discovered, which is our ultimate goal, our vision is to see a world where people living with ALS thrive with purpose and passion. This is where we need each of you. Our organization is at a tipping point to ensure a legacy of hope, not only for those living with ALS right now, but for its generations to come. Author John Lifflander says this about our legacy. We will all leave a legacy of some sort. The question is what it will be. One dictionary definition of legacy is something coming from the past. A legacy is something that remains after we leave this world, something that speaks of our lives. Typically, we think of what ancestors leave a family when we think of this word, but it is actually much broader than that. It also refers to the effect a person had on others while he or she was alive. Politicians are concerned about their historical legacy. They want to be remembered as great statesmen, and many strive to manipulate events to manufacture a legacy. History books are sometimes revised to portray a different legacy than what a person actually left, and the media is constantly misrepresenting the actions and motives of individuals. Nevertheless, the true legacy of each human being is written in heaven, and the effects of each human life continue to expand and have consequences, even as a stone thrown in the water leaves concentric ripples that emanate from where it was cast. Our legacy is a reality, and we all have one. Even the baby that dies in infancy has some effect on the family he or she was born into. Something changes with the existence of each human life, and each day we are building a legacy, whether we are aware of it or not, and whether we like it or not. Our personal lives will have ramifications on others, and we should understand this. From the beginning of our journey, we have not solely focused on ourselves, but we were compelled to assist others on this same journey. We have been blessed to be a blessing. We want to leave a legacy of hope that results in concentric ripples being left long after we are gone. You could do us no greater honor than to partner with us in a significant way to ensure that we continue to help families thrive in spite of ALS for another 50 years. To that end, we've experienced so much growth over the last 17 years, it has been incredible to see the impact. As we look ahead to the future, we want to make it easier for donors to be engaged, create higher impact programs, and continue to expand and evolve this organization. to make it easy for our wonderful donors to join us in creating this roadmap for the future, in a moment Drew will share our monthly giving plan. The goal of our plan is to create a strong community of donors to impact our efforts to equip, encourage and empower our families living with ALS. The key word I want you to focus on is community. None of us accomplish anything on our own. It is our community, the people that we surround ourselves with, that make us powerful. It is thanks to many small communities that the Brigance Brigade Foundation is where it is today. It is thanks to families like the Butlers, the Birminghams, Fitzpatricks, and countless others that come together in support of one mission. This is all about the people battling ALS and their caregivers. Everything we are doing is in service for our pals and their families. If anyone has questions, please see our director, Drew, or our coordinator, Ladon, or one of our board of directors to provide additional information. They are eager to talk to every one of you. We hope you will join us on the next phase of this journey. It has been a long road, and we are so grateful you've been on it with us thus far. We hope you will continue to be a staple in the lives of people battling ALS. Because together, all things are possible. We appreciate you all for sharing your time and resources this evening. Now it's time for the party. Enjoy yourselves, everyone.
That's my husband.
One more time, everybody, for OJ Brigance. You know, Shanda, you got the 9 a.m. time slot on WJZ. You might have to get kicked out for OJ's relationship advice. Because I was trying to write it down. He had some good tips over there. I think every wife tonight's going to be like, babe, why don't you call me queen? Thanks, OJ. Really appreciate it. Real quick, we're going to move this along. A couple minutes left. Ryan Ripken, round of applause, everybody. A couple people I want to highlight in the crowd. Thanks for coming out tonight. Ryan had a podcast, started from the bottom, blowing up, next big thing. I'm telling you, and he's done all the work himself. It's really impressive, man. Seriously. OJ, relationship advice, though. Get him on. Gotta get him on. My brother Tony Minidakis and the Jimmy's Famous Seafood family here tonight. Always giving back. Always. Always. Anybody who's heard me speak before, I've said this many times. Materialistic things in life, they're great. I'm not arguing that. Cars, money, whatever it is that motivates you, that's your own thing, and that brings you happiness, that's wonderful. The way that you make people feel is priceless. And that's what you saw in those videos there. And Drew said it, the time is now to give back. The way that you make people feel is how you will be remembered when you're gone someday. That is your legacy. You want to give back, and so many people are always asking, what organization can I get involved with? How do I be a part of it? This is it. You saw the videos, give back tonight. We have some amazing auction stuff we're going to get to. And when you talk about people who are constantly giving back and changing lives, I mentioned Jimmy's Famous Seafood. Tony's brother, John Menadakis, who has just as big heart as Tony does, they've been involved with this organization from day one. Food, money, parties, whatever you need, the shirt off their back. They've been there for Shanda and OJ. Unfortunately, John couldn't be here tonight. He had a prior engagement, but they do want to honor John with the 2025 Board Member of the Year Award. So if you can give it up for John Menadakis, and Tony, if you can come up here and accept, please.
short way out.
Short way, okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Or John says thank you, of course. John is typically the outspoken one, the one that finished college. We lost our father at an early age, and he made it a point to make sure that we gave back, we continue to give back. It's in our DNA. My father had the reputation for it. We went to Loyola to be dons, to be men for others, and it's been instilled in our brain ever since. And for me, sometimes he puts me in these situations, I think he does it on purpose, I'm not sure yet, where he makes me show up, or he just makes me be at those events. And it's very gratifying. It's an event for a great cause, like Jimmy said, a party for a great cause. I forgot how he worded it.
Party with a purpose.
Party with a purpose, thank you. And when you know that you belong there, it's even better. And when you know that you're actually bringing weight there, it's even better. As Rick said, John had a prior obligation tonight, like the obligation that he made to Brigands Brigade, and the reason that I'm here speaking for him. And if anybody has ever heard John talk about OJ, the Juice, as he calls him, I think that it has a very soft spot in his heart. And I'm not sure exactly why. I have a lot of reasons why, but I think the main reason is because when OJ started spiraling down is when we started spiraling down as well, and when we lost our father. And ultimately, I think that the moral here is that when that happens is when you see the shadows start coming out. So as I've heard being talked about all night tonight, by no surprise, it's about the caregivers, it's about Shanda. Of course, it's for a great cause, but without them, we wouldn't have the opportunity to even be here tonight. So a round of applause for them. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's give it up for one more time for all of our honorees tonight, and for those of you who have also given your gift of time, which is such as valuable as well. So we're going to get, I want to remind everyone of the silent auction that is still going on in the back. But there's something really unique, and I don't know if you've seen this before, Rick, but there is a wine bottle raffle ticket in the back. So first, I would like to thank Total Wine. Thank you so much for donating all of this wine. So here's the deal, guys. You get, for one bottle of wine, you pay $100. You get to keep that bottle of wine, and some of them, there's some surprise bottles of wine back there that are valued over $100. So you get to take that wine with you, and you're also getting a chance to win a beautiful Tuscan adventure. So make sure there's 100 bottles out there. I still see some on the table, so let's run out and get them.
Somebody's going to Italy with a bottle of wine. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty big deal. All right, we've chewed up enough of your time. Thank you all for being here. When you have a room packed like this, wall to wall, the stars that are out tonight, your foundation is doing something right and it's changing lives. Jimmy Charles, one more time, is going to close out, or I should say start the party off. Party with a purpose, as he said. And Jimmy can take it away. Thank you all so much. Oh, he's going to sign this one. And it's going to be on the auction table. All right. Jimmy going to inscribe anything, maybe like Go Ravens on there or something?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Should he put Go Ravens on there? Yeah?
You're an Eagles fan, bro.
That's why Tori's here tonight.
Let's go. All right, y'all. Do we feel fulfilled tonight? Come on. OJ, what an amazing speech that was. I am touched. I am touched. I'm honored, and I'm humbled to be here tonight. Also my JV baseball coach and weightlifting coach and math teacher has been dealing with this disease for so many years. Mr. Schott from Stephen Decatur High School in Berlin, Maryland. Our hearts are with you tonight and all those battling this terrible disease. But we're gonna honky tonk this soiree up. Y'all ready for that? I gotta thank my partners, Fred Frederick. They make it possible. My wife and I, thank you to my wife and my family. My son's at a hotel room with a babysitter right now. Travel all across the country with me to do things like this. So it's a family event, man. And Fred Frederick has the Maryland Ram. They wrapped a beautiful Ram truck. They have it waiting for us when we land at BWI. And to get to things like this, it makes our travel and our life so much easier. If you have children, you understand traveling with them. And Fordham Lee, we just partnered with recently. That's your bourbon of choice tonight. So go and get you some, because we're going to be blowing this stuff up. From Middletown, Maryland, Bill and Jesse's in the house. We just partnered up with Fordham Lee, and we're gonna blow this thing up, man. It's everywhere. Total Wines actually has picked it up also, but we're going everywhere in Maryland. And look for the Orange Crush Moonshine. Never been done before. Coming out this spring. We don't have a date yet, but I'm excited about it. Soiree. That's a nice word. I don't think I've ever said that word, but I got my boots on. Let's honky tonk this thing. Feel free to get out your seats, jump around, dance a little bit, sing along. I don't know where I'm supposed to present. Time keeps dragging me out. The train keeps rolling on down. When I was there, yeah, my mama told me, son, she said always be a good boy, Jimmy, stop playing around your girl. I shot a man in Baltimore just to watch that motherfucker die. Hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and I cry. Oh, I cry, cry, cry. I bet those rich folks eating from a fancy dining car. I bet they're drinking Fordham Lee, having fancy out. I knew I had it coming. I knew I'd kill the free. You keep on moving, that's my torture. Come on, Toby, let's hear some fiddle. Come on, give it up for Toby. Old Buerhaus in prison. That's where I wanna stay. I let that lonesome ones go on my blues. I said I let that lonesome ones go on my blues. Are we still alive out there? I know y'all need a drink. Come on, get you some affordable whiskey out there. Come on. Straight up, baby. Let's get tipsy at the Soire. Telling me all night long, gasoline and groceries. This goes on and on. This 9 to 5 ain't working. Why the hell do I work so hard? And worried about my problems. I can't take them when I'm gone. Here we go. 1. Here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Tell them bring another round, we need plenty more. Stepping on the table, she don't need a dance floor. Oh my. Good Lord, someone pour me out a double shot of whiskey. You know me and Fordham Lee got a history. There's a party downtown in Fish Street. Everybody in the bar get tipsy. Everybody in the bar get tipsy. Everybody in the bar get tipsy. I've been boozy since I left. I ain't changing for a drink. Tell me mama I ain't forget. Good Lord, broke up drunk at 10 a.m. We gon' do this shit again. Tell your girl to bring a friend. Good Lord, 1. Here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Tell them bring another round, we need plenty more. 2 stepping on the table, she don't need a dance floor. Oh my, good Lord, someone pour me out a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Fordham Lee got a history. There's a party downtown in Fish Street. Everybody in the bar get tipsy. Everybody in the bar get tipsy. Everybody in the bar get tipsy. 1. Here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. When this last call and they kick us out the door. It's getting kinda late, but the ladies want some more. Oh my, good Lord. Come on, get your hands together, let's go. Who's clapping with us tonight? Let's go, we're here for ALS, it's a party. Someone pour me out a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Fordham Lee got a history. There's a party downtown near Fish Street. Everybody in the bar gets tipsy. There's a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Fordham Lee got a history. There's a party downtown near Fish Street. Everybody in the Soire get tipsy. Everybody in the Soire get tipsy. Everybody in the Soire get tipsy. Go! I said 1, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. When his last call and they kick us out the door. It's getting kinda late, but the ladies want some more. Oh my, good Lord. Someone pour me out a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Fordham Lee got a history. There's a party downtown near Fish Street. Everybody in the Soire get tipsy. Someone pour me out a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Fordham Lee got a history. Everybody at the Soire, thank y'all so much, come on. My name's Jimmy Charles, God bless y'all. We got Toby on the fiddle tonight, give it up for Toby. Lance Reader on that guitar, thank you for joining me tonight. Everybody at the Soire getting tipsy. Good night, y'all. Love y'all. Come on. Good time. Spend some money, y'all. Spend some money.